Okay, time to do an update video on one of my special colonies. Haven't done an update on these guys for quite some time, so I hope you enjoy this video on my Camponotus aeneopilosus. Let's go. Okay, so this is the current setup I have for my colony here of the golden-tailed sugar ants, Camponotus aeneopilosus. So they're in desperate need of a total upgrade here, really. They've run out of room in their outworld and their nest. So this is Queen Abigail. You'll be able to see why they call them the golden-tailed sugar ants soon if you haven't seen these guys already. So here we go. My daughter's already written the name on the outside there. But here they are in this acrylic nest here by AusAnts. So if you want to check them out, there's a link in the description there. You can go and have a look at their website. But let's have a closer look at the colony inside. You can see there's plenty of brood here, and you can see those golden tails there, the golden bums basically. And that's those little fine hairs on their abdomens. There's the Queen Abigail, and she's got that distinctive dint on her thorax, and you'll notice that she doesn't have a golden abdomen at all. Here's one of the big soldiers. So it's great that they've got the different cast inside the colony, inside the species, which is really good. So this actual acrylic nest is getting quite dirty, quite cramped. They really do need a bit of an upgrade here. But there's been a fantastic colony to have. They're quite skittish, this species, so as soon as I take the lid off the outworld, they run around like crazy and try and escape as well and get out. Yeah, very jumpy species of ants. So we can see the brood here is expanding quite fast. There's a lot there as well. There's a few cocoons, but not too many at this stage. Most of those have hatched. And we're probably looking at about 300 odd workers, which is really good. I'm really happy it's got to this sort of stage. But you can definitely agree with me that they need a bit of an upgrade here. They're running out of room. This is only the second nest that I've had these guys in over the time period, and I've had these guys for quite some time. And in fact, Abigail, the queen for this species, was the first queen I ever caught when I was ant keeping. So that's nearly 2 years ago now. So this is the outworld. As you can see, as soon as you lift that lid off, they do go a bit crazy running around, but it's a bit of a mess. There's a lot of stuff just lying around in here. They've moved the sand around quite a bit, but it's not very pretty. Not very nice to look at anymore. There's a nice big graveyard there over in the side where they dump all their dead. And yeah, what do you think? Do you think they need an upgrade? I think they do. So let's have a look. This is what I'm going to put them in. So I've got a nice new acrylic nest here from Ant Keeping Depot. This is the AusAnts acrylic nest, one of their newer styles. And then I've got this new outworld as well, which I've just made fairly basic. You know, I like my outworlds fairly basic, so they're nice and easy to clean. Just wedged a few rocks there near the tube so they can get into their nest. And just a few little decorations around there as well. So nice and easy to clean, but plenty of room for them. So I think this is not bad. And at the back there, you can see their old setup. So you can see the size comparison there. So they're about doubling everything pretty much. So what I've done is I've disconnected the old nest, and there's the old outworld, plugged that up, so I'll have to transfer the workers over from there into the new one, and I've just put the old acrylic nest just into the outworld, and I'll let them work their way out of that and into the new nest, which hopefully won't take too long. So there we go. So there's the first little worker running in and having a little bit of a look around, a bit of a smell, and he'll let the rest of the colony know about that. So let's see how they go. Okay, so waited a few hours just to see how the colony would progress. Obviously left the old nest out exposed to the light, which encourages the colony to move. So we can see here that they're still in this old nest, still jam-packed in there quite a bit actually. But it looks like the few have moved out. And there's a few running around in the outworld exploring their new surroundings. Now let's have a look in the new nest. Well, they've congregated. We've got a few in here, which is great to see. So obviously they feel fairly safe. They've been sitting in here for a while and exploring it. So that's a good sign. At least they do like the new nest and they're getting used to it. But they're not too keen to move very fast by the looks of it. And yeah, 5 days later. Guys, you've got a new nest. Do you want to maybe move in? Yeah. They're still packed in this old nest. What is going on? Well, I've had this problem with them last time when I upgraded them actually into this acrylic nest. They took a long time, but eventually they got over there and they absolutely loved it. So what I've done is just try to make this as dark as possible and as comfy as possible for them. Put this red film over the top, which is really cool. But yeah, they're not really moving in just yet, so I'm just going to have to be patient with these. Sometimes you just can't rush a colony. Okay, well, after a few more days, probably just over a week really, they have finally moved in, which is great. So here they are in the outworld, running around like crazy every time when I take the lid off. But it's a nice bit of room. I actually quite like this outworld because it is quite basic. The contrast there with the sand is really nice. I've got a little bit of the red sand mixed in there as well. But there's plenty of room for them to move around. Let's have a look inside the acrylic nest as well. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check these out. Now here we go, packed in. So I think it's quite a good fit. There's still plenty of room in there, but they're nice and cozy. This colony, the species in fact, in my experience, they seem to like being jam-packed in. They like that nice and tight confines of a nest. So they'll fill this one out quite nicely and they'll be in here for some time. Remember, this acrylic nest is twice the size of the one they used to have. So there's plenty of brood in here, which is nice. You can see the queen there at the top. There's a couple of little brood pockets, which is really good to see. So these guys are really good. What do you think, guys? Do you like this colony? I need to do a few more updates on these guys, I think. A little bit closer up as we look around and have a look at the brood piles as well. So I love having a look at the macro footage. I hope you guys enjoy this footage too. So I've got some pretty cool videos coming up as well, guys. There's a little bit more interesting footage to go in this video, but I've got some other new ideas coming out. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel for that one and subscribe if you haven't already. That'd be fantastic. So here we can see in this corner in particular, you can see some of those colors coming out. So I've just shone the light here so you can get to see those beautiful yellow golden abdomens. Just fantastic. And there she is, the old girl that's been doing well, Queen Abigail. It's been a lot of fun, this girl. Not sure how long she'll live, but I'll be there for the whole journey and we'll see how she goes. Well, it's been far too long between updates on this colony and I need to do these more often so you guys can see the development and the growth of these colonies. I'm sure you guys are interested in that, so I'll try and do some more a bit more often for you so you can see how this does progress, especially with this new nest and setup. So thanks very much for watching the video, guys. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe. Alright, thanks very much, guys. Happy ant keeping.